Hello. So I gave everyone new armor and new weapons. Off stream last night. But they're now all decked out. Well, mostly. Basically just updated the base stuff and transferred over the add-ons, because why not? But yeah, anyway. They should be stronger. Map. Right. Where in this damn level there are 2 more fucking gears? Thinking about it. Up there, really. No. Bah, I know there are 2 more gears somewhere. Where are they, game? Where are they? Are they over here? Are they not over here? That is the question. Not fucking looking like it though. Okay.
I can feel it now. The blight. Spreading.
Sadly, there also does exist a chance that they could be behind that fucking gate. Which is annoying. So onward. Forgotten cavern.
What was that?
What was what?
Something moved. There. Light a torch.
So I can see us coming? Just stay close.
Stay together. It's easy to get lost down here.
We've gone past the deep roads.
How can you tell? It's pitch black.
I can feel it.
Show yourselves!
Ren!
Not at all.
Okay, you lot keep fighting, I'm just gonna leave everything.
You deserved better. Ren never wanted this life. He was a cobbler, a good one. He joined the Legion to pay his father's debts. It kept his mother and brother from losing their caste. The poor and desperate here often sacrifice themselves for their family's future.
Ren was a good man. We'll honor his sacrifice.
He always seemed indestructible. The armor on these warriors. There's lyrium woven directly into the metal, and it's bonded to their skin. Impossible to remove, but I know what we'd find underneath. These are dwarves. Ren was killed by our own kind.
They don't look like any dwarves I've ever met.
Me neither. It just doesn't make sense. We've done nothing to them. I won't leave Ren like this. We must return him to the stone. Thrust Tonsha Saroka. I'll see this through, Ren. I promise.
Anything standing between us and the Titan will regret it.
Do-do-do. Just because I have new armor doesn't mean I'm any less of a glass cannon. My two tanks, however, are nigh immortal at the moment, so doesn't really matter. Chronicles of the Forgotten War. Commander Orthon told us to move out. He didn't give details, only that there had been attacks north of Cadhash, and the Crown was sending reinforcements. Father grabbed our axes and we were off. I was a boy then, puffed up from a few victories in the provings. I didn't know what was going to be taken from me, but I would find out. The journey to Cadhash was long and tiresome. Bored warriors make for poor drunks at camp. Father and I kept to ourselves, though I admit I longed to lose myself in a pint of ale, only to have something to do rather than sharpen my axe.
This is like the Wall of Memories in Orzammar, but ancient. Very ancient. The words seem based in Dwarven, but I barely recognize this dialect.
Can you translate any of it?
Only fragments. The language is very different from what we speak today. This word keeps appearing. Shah Brital. I believe it means revered defenders.
What needs to be protected all the way down here?
Isatanal. Isatanal. Cut our tongues, entomb our bodies, watch over the Titan until it stirs. So the warriors who attacked us must be the Shabratal, and they're protecting a Titan.
Are you all right, Folta?
I can hear Ren's objections. Let's keep moving. If more of these memories exist, they may have the answers we need.
Where am I? Did I come from? Where am I going? There, I'm going to that. This would be so much more helpful if I could actually see where the fuck I'm looking. Yeah, I could do simple things like pick up these torches so I had a light source.
There's something strange on the other side. I can feel it.
Watch your step.
That wasn't a quake. Someone sabotaged the bridge, and we don't have time to fix it.
Someone does not wish to be disturbed. There must be another way.
There! That ledge! We can reach it if we're careful.
Chronicles of a Forgotten War. Day after leaving Cad Halash, we noticed a change. The deep roads were practically abandoned. Torches would suddenly go out, leaving us to stumble through the dark and trip over discarded caravans. Then came the attacks, hard and fast. Blech. Father was one of the first. We heard breathing, slow and heavy, from a creature much larger than us. Father held out his arm and grabbed the front of my armor to make me stop. I saw its shadow move, darker than the darkness, and then my body jerked forward. It left Father's arm hanging, still grasping my chest plate.
Look there. More ancient carvings.
Aye, but these seem to be about the Titan. It shapes the stone. It is the stone. It sculpts the world within and without.
Wouldn't something that can sculpt the world have to be rather enormous?
It is called a Titan.
So it's a shaper of the stone, like you.
This implies that the Titans are actually sculptors, and our world is their clay.
If Titans shape the stone, could they have actually created it?
The stone must have existed first.
Then the Titans would be the very first children of the stone.
That would have huge implications for my people.
More memories, more Chabreton. We must be getting close to a Titan. Your theory about the source of the quakes is looking more like fact.
But if this is true, how could it be missing from the memories of Orzammar? Why would someone erase such an integral part of our history?
Let's answer that after we stop the earthquakes.
The rhythm is louder than ever. We're close.
Shabbatal must have mined lyrium somewhere. Their weapons and armor are laced with it.
Unless they found another way to harness it.
Derelict lyrium mine. The lyrium deposits left to grow in this long-abandoned mine would fetch serious coin. If only reaching the place and then transporting the lyrium to the surface wasn't a venture just short of suicide. Now we have the wonderful, 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 wonderful job of running back and finding those other bloody gears. Because I want them. They're maybe way up the other side, so... Right, first things first. So much for those couple of gears being in here. Means they're somewhere further back. Makes them a pain in the arse. I really wish you people I live with would not use that fucking shit. Somewhere in the mix of all this crap. I really should not be looking for remedies. Yes, Lord. Talk straight. Amongst the burning wreckage of the tide. stupid weird ass place. It's not over there because there's nothing to fucking hide over there. Although... might just be in the caves up here. Nothing up here at all. Ugh. Hopefully you're able to get there. Really wish everything could just be found that easy. Do I keep wandering around looking like this, I'm gonna be here forever. I will put it out of my mind as best I can. It's really fucking hard for me. And I will only go back to look. Actually find a door I cannot. Though I am wondering if there's an unlocked table mission, which would make fucking sense. Some things. Fucking know it. Deep roads that originated from Forgotten Caverns Bridge. Inquisition scouts have identified a location in the Forgotten Caverns where a construction team could build a bridge to replace the previously destroyed one, granting access to the other side of the chasm. Yes. I kind of had the feeling it would show up like that. Oy. There's clearly more beyond there, but apparently I can't get to it.
I see no evidence of darkspawn here.
Maybe they know better than to come down this far.
Let's just be grateful.
But there must be a reason they avoid this place.
Two in the cabins, two in the tie. This does not matter.
Deep stalkers. What do they eat to survive?
Us, if we're not careful.
Message. Marks, vessel of the ancients. A forest of mold and rot is growing inside this cup. It clearly has never been washed. Chronicles of a Forgotten War, the scaled ones. Can't remember who came up with the name, but it stuck. Rong had been lighting a torch when one attacked, and we finally caught a glimpse of something other than shadows. In the flames light, we saw a man's body, like those of the Imperium humans, but covered in scales. Wore armor and even had a dagger hanging from its hip. Its jaw wrapped around Drog's face and twisted. The crunch of his neck breaking seemed to echo down the deep roads. The torch fell from his hands and we lashed out. I swung my axe with all my might, but it bounced off the scaled one's armor, the impact ricocheting up my arm. It let out a roar, then more attacked. In the light of the fallen torch, I guess there was a score of them, all wearing armor and carrying weapons as sharp as their teeth and talons. The one that killed Drog barked orders I didn't understand. I kept swinging. Hawthorne, the best of us, made the first kill by splitting a scaled one's head open. There was a strange silence, as if after an upset in the proving grounds, and it hit me that these beasts were not used to seeing one of their own die. Wrong's killer growled and stamped out the torch. The scaled ones retreated into darkness. That's the Forgotten Caverns done. And because I'm me? Deep Roads Expedition. Bastion of the Pure Krathel hunting. Inquisition has identified several Krathel dens in the caves near the entrance to the Bastion of the Pure. An experienced group of hunters could return with a stockpile of hides, a sail, and cull the Krathel population in the process. Oh god, an actual mission with a time limit. While I'm here. Come on. Let's go to a die, bloody cunt. I-T. No. No, of course not. Actually see where I'm going would be a godsend. Can't fucking have that. Well, let me guess. Round in front of me or not. For an enemy to stand. Oh, dear, but. It'd have to be from the other side, wouldn't it?
They built this to stop us. There must be some way to get through. This weapon of theirs cut through the barrier, but was destroyed in the effort.
Let's keep gathering their weapons. There may be more barriers ahead. You said we're beneath the deep roads. Do you think anyone besides the Shabbatal has traveled down here?
We are very likely the first to travel this far. powerful tremor yet.
You hear the same rhythm?
It's getting faster, harsh, like something breathing.
Okay.
We're both children of the stone. Please, stop!
I think they all connect around. Gonna go back up. Inquisition has identified a location near the entrance to the Bastion of the Pure where a construction team could build a bridge that grants access to a vantage point from which to scout the area. The Inquisition has identified a location where the construction team could clear a collapsed tunnel to grant access to an unexplored cave in the Bastion of the Pure. I've fought the dragons, yes. Killed them all very early on, actually. good with tier lists or anything like that. I mean, they all have their strong points and weak points, but... Direction. Let's disappear. Yeah. Shockingly enough, I'd actually say Dragon Age 2 is the least buggy out of all of them. Which is surprising. Nope. It's soulless. Chronicles of a Forgotten War. The Scaled Ones had set up camp at an intersection in the deep roads. In the center was a golden altar fashioned in the shape of fire. Chill swept through me. On the tip of each flame hung the corpses of those we lost, including Father and Drogue. They'd been drained of blood, leaving only bone wrapped in thin grey skin. A robed, Scaled One stood before the altar. Its voice was different from the others, softer, almost feminine. It chanted and raised a basin of blood towards the altar. The other Scaled Ones bowed low. The robed Scaled One produced fire from its palm and mouth and ignited the blood. Hawthorne grabbed my forearm and motioned for us to climb down. We returned to the rest of the company, where we relayed what we had witnessed. We would rest for an hour, regain our strength, and strike. The memory of Father's sagging, emptied face kept me awake. The hour passed slowly, but it did pass. Hawthorne led us down the path to the overlook. I readied my axe for blood and steeled myself for the sight of the altar. And it wasn't there. The camp, Father, and Drong, the Scaled Ones, all gone. Only the basin remained, charred around the edges. Dwarven mugs, Titan's nail. There's an oddly organic quality to this stone cup, as if it were grown and shed rather than carved.
They're artifacts. We could learn from them.
We have no choice. It's the only way through the barriers.
Meryl is definitely well written. I'll give it that. Oh yeah. Everyone loves Varric. Looks like you won't be getting his missions in the later games then. Chronicles of a Forgotten War. Our bodies scream for rest, but Orthan pushed forward. Now that he'd seen the enemy, our commander wanted to use the Scaled One's tactics against them. No, actually. Scaled One's tactics against them, right. Go on the offensive. He left guards with the wounded and led the rest of the company to scout ahead, for where the Scaled Ones were hiding. After marching in darkness for days, we finally saw an amber light flickering in the distance. Hawthorne signaled everyone to hold and waved me forward with him. We proceeded slowly, weary of possible guards. Hawthorne nodded towards an overlook. I climbed with bated breath, terrified that the Scaled Ones would hear the echo of my boots, scraping against the stone. I felt little relief when we reached the top. Wasn't really betrayed by anyone the first time through Origins. I may have slightly misclicked during the Temple of Sacred Ashes and had to kill Liliana the first time round though. But I'd saved before then, so... But I had a save, so I could reload. Click the right response.
Bodies are still warm. Whoever's doing this can't be far. Another shrine. Yeah. My build definitely was not worth it, he could not revive.
Dwarven mugs, sacrificial cup. Those stains don't look like moss wine. Leanna in 1. Fenris in 2. And in this one, Cassandra.
Nothing like these dwarves is mentioned anywhere in the memories. If I had been prepared, Ren might still be alive.
It's easy to blame ourselves when we lose a friend, Walter. But it's not your fault.
I was so focused on the Titan. Didn't consider what else could be down here.
Have a good day.
Solus needs help!
Yeah, floating in the air. It's fine.
Quite a fun.
Bastion of the Pure. The water shimmers. Subtle but eerie blue, reminiscent of lyrium. Something in it would not be wise. expect a drop there. Another. Oh. Second crash. Second. Ooh. Fine. 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 I've never been so thankful for autosaves. becoming more and more, isn't it?
Solus needs help!
That's it. We're through.
Gonna run back up here and blow up the last wall. At least I would if it didn't seem to have disappeared. Neat. I actually found all the bad things. Still need the two from the tie. Wherever they are.
The attacks are getting worse.
We must be getting close to whatever they're protecting.
Only the pure may pass. All others will be punished. Assuming the Shabratal are the pure,
We're the others who aren't allowed to pass.
could the earthquakes be the punishment?
You found Paragon Garal's book near a damaged lyrium mine. And the new earthquakes destroyed your mine.
But why would they want to destroy the lyrium mines?
I wonder what makes the warriors pure.
They do wear sealed armor to protect themselves from impurities?
Titans, the Shabratal. This could be more than anything we expected.
For all the Shaperit's knowledge, I know so little. This reads like a final warning. We must be nearing the source.
Inquisition hunters have returned with a number of quality hides ready for sale. Tunnel cleared by the Inquisition in the Bastion of the Pearl has revealed a cave rich with mineral resources. An expeditionary force could recover a large quantity of useful material. Very bad. Scouts report an increase in Charbitral activity in the region. If allowed to continue unchecked, they could present a threat to the Inquisition's interest. Armed patrols could be sent out to keep them from taking over the area completely. Apparently I can't do yet. The Inquisition has identified a location near the buried sea in the Bastion of the Pure that is ripe for exploration. The construction team could build a bridge that grants access to a rocky spire standing out in the water. Yep. Oh no, we've lost the internet connection. What are we gonna do? This, or is it just gonna be that? Inquisition's patrol have returned after meeting the enemy. Loss of both sides. Ultimately, Charbitral presence in the area has been reduced. Furthermore, some artifacts recovered, and it's repeatable. Fine. Fine. Do-do-do-do-do. I should have sold off all my junk in the main camp as well while I was there. Dwarven mugs. Cup of cobalt. A blue substance is caked on the bottom. Someone might know what it is. And we got all the mugs. Yay me. P390, that's tons of space.
Did the Shabratal build all this?
Or was it here before them?
All the landmark. We're now in the Titan.
Nothing should surprise me anymore. But this... Wait. The rhythm we followed. We've found the source. But not the Titan.
Ever since we came down here, the deep roads have felt different. Organic. We've been looking for the Titan the wrong way. It isn't like us.
It's huge. Big enough to change the world around it.
We can't see the Titan. Because we're inside it.
If I don't survive, Orzammar must know the truth.
I won't fall while Corypheus is still a threat.
Still hella powerful. Speaking of Corypheus, that's going to be a very easy fight.
Could there be a whole civilization in here?
A city within a Titan. Incredible.
And the quakes haven't damaged it. Don't make us fight you!
Takes in the ground.
They fight like fanatics. Aren't they afraid to die?
Perhaps they're the Titans' Legion of the Dead.
Don't say that.
T-Tanks is just broken.
I don't want to hurt you! Those are the only memories in this area. That phrase is the path of purity. And there's a reference to Titan's blood? It says the Shabratal come here to drink it.
The Titan's blood must keep the Shabratal alive and powerful.
But where is it? Unless... Lyrium. The Titan's blood is lyrium.
Every nation on the surface buys lyrium. Orzamar's entire economy is based on the trade.
This is bigger than any one nation.
We have to stop this!
So this... Shouldn't it? What do you mean? Piece of shit. Oh my god, oh fucking mighty, let me take a fucking step, you piece of shit.
Malta, are you hurt?
Too loud. The song. Stop! I am. It's all right.
You cast some kind of spell. That shouldn't be possible.
It wasn't a spell. It was an accident. Everything will be fine.
It looked like you were hit by raw lyrium during the battle.
Yes, it should have poisoned me, but I feel fine. Good, even.
You said the song was too loud. It was hurting you.
It was chaos. The rhythm I followed here, but magnified, overwhelming. But it is gone.
You almost killed me. What happens the next time you lash out?
I am in control. I would never harm you, Inquisitor.
Have we stopped the earthquakes?
When we entered this cavern, there was a presence. I don't feel it anymore. The stone is silent. The rhythm has faded, and so have the tremors. But the song still echoes. It tells me things. The breach, that's what disturbed the Titan. It is calm now that it has a connection with one of its children. With me.
Was that the Titan? Did we kill it?
The Titan lives. This was an echo. A guardian. But you silenced it.
Is this what happened at the Tig, where you found Paragon Garal's book?
Aye, but I do not know what disturbed the Titan then. The song may tell me, in time.
You said you were a child of the stone, not a child of the Titans.
I am not certain what I am, but the Titan recognized me, like a parent hearing its child's voice.
You were able to calm the Titan, but what happens next time?
Titans do not stir easily. It has been 1,000 years. Isana. It's our word for lyrium, and we are taught that it is a gift from the stone. But there's so much more to it than we ever imagined. I was sent to the deep roads to recover lost history. This is only the beginning. I am staying here.
The Shabratal killed Lieutenant Wren, and they're still down here. Aren't you afraid?
No. I am pure. I can defend myself.
The Titan is only the beginning? What else could there be?
The deep roads are filled with wonders. Answers to questions we haven't thought to ask.
If you stay here, where will you live? What will you eat?
I have my stone sense, and now so much more. I'll be safe.
You think you understand what's happened to you, but you could be wrong. The lyrium could be turning you into a Shabratal. Or worse.
The Shabratal turned themselves into monsters. I have changed because the Titan willed it. The mine's collapse, Ren's death. It all happened to bring me here.
After all we have seen, you wish to be alone to commune with this creature?
Who could she harm down here besides herself?
I am called to the Search, Inquisitor. This is where I belong.
I'm leaving with more questions than answers. But that doesn't mean you have to. Just be careful. The Shaperate in Orzammar will want to know what happened to you.
Tell them the truth. you don't know.
Let's go.
He always comes back. Pay up, Salroka.
Cry in the dark. Inquisition scouts supporting Legion of the Dead forces at the ruins of the Hidden Tide report no contact with or sightings of Vapor Valta. However, a strange cry recently emanated from the Titan caverns, loud enough to be heard at the mining lift campsite above. The cry's source remains unclear. The voice, described as not belonging to either beast or darkspawn, Vapor Valta may be attempting to re-establish contact with their people, may require assistance. Search of the Titan caverns all the way to Shaper Valta's last known location turned up nothing but a few small groups of Shalbertar, who were quickly dispatched. Valta seems to have disappeared deeper inside the Titan. She was not the only one who vanished. The grave site of Lieutenant Wren was recently disturbed, and his remains are missing. It is not known who took his body or why. There have been no more cries from the Titan cavern. Inquisition scouts reported one final discovery. The tunnel to the wellspring no longer exists. Attempts to delve into the blank rock face result only in broken tools, and a little trace on the stone itself. Somewhat nervously, but empathetically, the engineers recommend leaving it be. And there we are. Wow, look at these two completely unique shields. Sometimes, game, just sometime. To Skyhold. Just there with that Brazilian's one,
Inquisitor.
Huh. Even do a cry in the dark from here. Neat. Okay, let's have a once around Skyhold then.
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiralu was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was en masse, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
No one can say the evening wasn't memorable.
They've already begun composing songs about it in Val Royale, no doubt. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
You'd think the game's greatest players would spot a murderer in their midst.
As I said, insularity. Familiar rivals become the only ones worth sparring with. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Playing the game was thrilling. We did just make history.
Indeed. Tales of this affair have begun circulating in Val Royale. Although I do wish Varric would show a bit more restraint in his accounts of the evening. I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevada. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
Then the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a Venatori cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer game.
What sort of man is the King of Navarra?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Navarra.
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset we don't help her relatives?
With all respect to Sigar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as thin.
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition. Few monarchs relish a self-styled god showing up to claim their throne.
Tell me about Redanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
Tell the Archon the Inquisition will do Tevinter the favor of wiping out the Venatori on its borders.
Very good, Inquisitor. We'll inform him at once.
The bug mod.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
Why don't?
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Carry on.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations. Machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shirao, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
You miss court intrigue? When were you at court?
Oh, well, never directly, of course. An elven apostate is rarely invited to speak with empresses and kings. But from the Fade, I have watched dynasties form and empires crumble. It is sometimes savage, sometimes noble, and always fascinating. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, especially after helping her neutralize Briala.
Am I sensing concern over how we dealt with Briala?
No. Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves. I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Your people have lost so much of their history and culture. Not even think of yourself that way.
I think of myself as me. That's all I've ever needed. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, Briala did what she could. She was an admirable woman, even if her gambit failed.
Even if we couldn't help Briala, I hope we can make life better for our Legion elves.
Stop Corypheus. That will do for a start. It speaks well of you to feel for the oppressed. Help them for that. Know them for what they are, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears. Lethaline.
I didn't do shit to Brielle.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Wanted as such.
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
What do you suggest?
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
What would your ideal Divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order. The institutions that have protected Thedas for ages must be rebuilt, and the malcontents utterly crushed. We cannot allow anarchists to threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Liliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
Liliana might be a better choice than Cassandra, don't you think?
Liliana is a well-meaning fool. She will do irreparable harm to countless people in the name of freedom. She proposes to abolish the Circles with nothing but a solemn promise from mages not to murder children. When an angry mage lashes out inside a tower, villages aren't destroyed. The Circle protects us all. Mages will die and take ordinary men with them in a war that cannot be won. Consider carefully, Inquisitor. Everything we do is a sign from the Maker to those who seek one. My dear, did you need me for something?
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. You saved an empress, and now she's eating out of your hand. Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Happy to oblige. A taste of home, just for you.
Not just for me. Fun for the whole family.
Perhaps I should have invited some.
We were there. That's what counts. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
I should go.
Naturally. What's on your mind?
I should go.
As you wish.
You, Fiona, you got anything to say?
Greetings again, Inquisitor.
I trust everything is well with the mages?
We are mostly relieved. An alliance with the Inquisition offers security, although who knows for how long.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And how long it takes for the table to update. Neat.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems. A message from Divine Justinia.
That's a shock. You're all right reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Vienna's quest.
It's just as I remember it.
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
The hero Ferelden and I came here after the Blight to visit Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother.
I didn't expect it to be so deserted. It makes me uneasy.
It's a small village and it's too early for the chant. I'm sure the sisters are somewhere.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lord, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
I wish more people would fail to recognize me.
Oh, I see.
Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch. Darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something here. Let's look around.
Pompico was Justinia's favorite.
Of course. We never give up the traditions of our most beloved divine.
Yeah. I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
What was that? Open something. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Good old Liliana was playing you the whole time. Didn't you realize?
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thidas away from the true chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us. Join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs.
At least I still know what I believe.
We don't have to kill her.
No. I must protect the Inquisition. She is an enemy. I see what you've become. The righteous stand before the darkness, and the Maker shall guide them. No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
It's not what you expected. That doesn't mean it's nothing.
There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
This? Now? After everything you've said and done? And my poor dear Natalie. I called her sister once, but I couldn't risk leaving her alive. Don't tell me to let it all go after all I've sacrificed to get here. Justinia tried to save me, but all it's done is made me realize I don't need saving. There is work to be done. I'll see you back at Skyhold.
Oh well.
Inquisitor. Here is the request.
Trying to make her chill out a little bit. Murders everything.
Grand Cleric Victoire is scrambling after loss of her angel.
Good. Her support base is in Morale. Tear it down. Grand Cleric Victoire wishes to make an enemy of the Inquisition. I'll give her what she wants. Doesn't Victoire have a young cousin? Lord Firmin? She dotes on him.
Yes, mistress. I believe that is so.
Good. Have him collected. He shall be an honored guest, and make sure the Grand Cleric hears about it.
At your command.
Is everything under control?
Perfect. The Grand Cleric and others like her will fall in line soon enough. You see, when I'm ruthless, it gets us where we need to be. It's something to be proud of. Why fix it? How funny that her regret is what finally puts my own to rest. I chose to become her left hand, knowing what it meant.
It was my weakness that stopped me from fully committing to my task.
You have a good heart. It's not a weakness.
You are too kind, Inquisitor. Call it what it is. The Inquisition needs me just as the Divine did, to do what no one else dares. Death and deception are my trade. It is what I am. It is what I always will be. At your service, my lord.
I'll leave you to your work.
Yeah.
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace. It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails, but the indifference to it all.
I didn't care for it myself.
I shouldn't be surprised. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. The Empress rules a country. The Divine influences half a continent.
Is there anything I should know?
I'd gotten used to mages disliking me on principle. Vivienne's views on Templars are surprisingly traditional.
That's all for now.
Another time, then.
The war in Olay has claimed too many lives. I pray that it's over for good.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
What do you mean?
Knew you couldn't stay away.
I should go.
Your worship?
We'll talk later.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharal was a mess. At least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
I hate politics.
You've got a crappy job then, boss. Pleasure as always, boss.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
I saw him just
Now to talk with Sarah.
One for the Empress. For Gaspar. Briala. The Duchess. And Corypheus. Right in the dangle bag.
Well, remind me to stay on your good side.
Don't worry, you're sparkling compared to that lot. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a book for the throne. A pretty one, sure. But how many lives are worth one empress's arse? Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
I don't know. Want to stop a party, I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things, with their little pinchy butts. Josephine should add that to her paper threats. You know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an empress. That, and Briala being an idiot. The whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-up wasn't in the middle.
That was a mistake on their part. It made everything worse.
Wrong way around, Inquisitor. It started worse. Lots of people died before there was a hole in the sky. That's who you're saving. If you get a chance. Maybe remind them not to be idiots. You have a problem. That over there is a full tavern, but everyone's drinking alone. They're all up their own arses about the Inquisition. I can't have fun with everybody whinging, and they'll fall on their swords before Corypheus can push them. I'm thinking pranks. Set a few up, knock a few down. You in or not?
But I'm the Inquisitor. You know, the leader.
Right, they'll never suspect you. What, titles are only for getting away with bad stuff? Let's do something fun. Come on.
Lead the way.
What, really?
Really?
I knew you were different. Let's go. Right, General Uptight is gone. What, the desk? Oh, yes. Center of the Empire and all that. What to do, what to do.
All right, Sarah. What do you want to do?
Thing looks heavy. Don't want to move or break it. I got it. Easy one. Just a slip of something under here. There, won't notice much, but it's just that little bit wonky. He's so in control that'll piss him royally. I tell one of the soldiers and boom, the general seems like people. And since he works for you, you seem like people. Come on, next one. Right, little lady Prissy. What, just the door? Where she greets every important idiot. Yes.
Well, Sarah, what do you have in mind?
Get a bucket. Classic, yeah? 5 minutes of sloppy boss gets you weeks of happy kitchen staff. Except for the one who cleans it up, I suppose. But whatever. Next up. What's that? A locked... No, leave that. Not interested in her hidden things. Not for just a bit of fun. Maybe... feed her messengers something gassy? No, birds don't pop. But they flap and...
Who is up there?
Go!
That was fun. An inquisitor of the people, still remembering you're one of them. If all they got was the herald stuff, the serious bit, you'd start to sound pretty scary. That works, but not for long.
Whatever it takes. I'd start throwing pies if it kept people inspired.
Pies is so good, and Corypheus would never do that. Good thing for you, innit? Because from the bottom, everyone up top sort of seems the same. Anyway, fun time, Inquisitor. You! Oh, frig. You did it!
Sarah was never an agreeable girl. Her tongue tells tales of rebellion, but she was so fast and quick with her bow. No one quite knew where she came from.
Love seeing you, yeah?
Her attacks are loud and they're joyful, but she knew the ways of nobler men.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Why change the past when you could understay today? She will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
Orlesian nobles see politics as a great competition.
Yes, but none of them ever win.
I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
But she was so sharp and quick with the bow. Arrows
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
The Inquisitor was hilarious. That's what they'll say one day, you watch. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Liliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Liliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
I think you'd make an excellent Divine.
Truly? I never look good in hats. Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
I have influence, and I can use it to help the Chantry make up its mind.
I cannot ask you to do that.
You don't have to.
If you think that is the right thing to do, then thank you. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
I mean, I would have supported Liliana, but, you know, got all murdery there a little while back.
Your worship.
Inquisitor. Speak only the word. Sing only the chant. Then
You're the Inquisitor. Mother never told me the Inquisitor was an elf.
That's not such a terrible thing, is it?
No, I just don't know why your people want to look like that.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man. My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad, perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
There's something rather unusual about him.
There is. He is a special lad. It falls to me to protect him from anything and anyone that mean him ill. Most of all, he must be protected from myself. No one could harm him more than I. To think, until recently, this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may. I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
You seem to know a great deal about elven lore.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight?
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. In the end, what he did for me, I will always be grateful. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother inquisitor. I had no good example to follow. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
I leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Right. Hang in here. Okay.
Those who bear false witness and work to deceive others know this.
Inquisition will have to provide any support for Cassandra as the Chantry's choice for the next Divine. Quietly. Additionally, the Chantry looks on open declarations with derision, so they can be counterproductive. A few words in the right ears can be very effective. Note, once the Inquisition gives it support, it cannot also give support to anyone else.
Let us begin.
News of your support for Cassandra has made its way to the clerics sequestered in the Grand Cathedral, Inquisitor. Just how much it will influence their decision remains to be seen. Josephine. Right. Ooh. That's pretty much a straight shot from here to the end of the game. Well, the end of the base game anyway. Still got the Trespasser DLC to do. Ghost. So, anyway, we'll finish this, well, the main story tomorrow. And that will be all for now. Hello. You've came just at the end. Just bad timing. So, that will be all for now.